Welcome back, guys. It's time for another segment of So You Want to Be a Master. Today, we're going over deck mechanics. We're going to go over how to build a deck. We're going to go over how many of each card you want to have in your deck, how many energy, how many trainers, how many Pokemon. And then we'll kind of get into a little bit of a strategy about what the deck's going to do, how it should perform. Yeah. In addition, guys, we are one subscriber away from our big giveaway event. We have a Dragon Majesty pack that's going to be opened up for the lucky winner, and they're also going to get 4 booster packs of, I believe, let's see here what they're going to be. Give you guys a little update. So yeah, we have the Dragon Majesty that's going to be opened up, and then we have Darkness Ablaze, a Battle Styles, a Shining Fates, and a Burning Shadows booster pack that I'm just going to send out with whatever comes in the Dragon Majesty pack. Other than that, too, another little update. A buddy of mine and myself, we are going to be starting collecting vintage Pokemon cards for our own personal collections. What we're looking to collect has nothing to do with value, monetary value. It's all just about what we want in our own collection. So that's going to be a series that I will be coming out with pretty kind of soon. Tomorrow, we're going to start filming a couple things, hopefully. But yeah, other than that, we are going to have some sort of vintage Pokemon collecting series coming up here pretty soon. That's going to be pretty cool. I have a couple things lined up that I have to look into. But if everything, follows through, I could be getting some seriously cool vintage Pokemon cards here very soon. So guys, let's get into this week's deck mechanics. We are looking at the Poison Raticate deck that I made. It's a couple years old, but it's been updated. It's actually still being worked on. There's a couple things that I need to get for the deck just to kind of make it better. And we'll go into that a little bit later, but we're going to start off with the energy. So this deck is a tricolor deck. It is Water, Darkness, and Psychic. There are 23 energies in this deck. Then we get into the trainer cards. So here you can see we have Verbank City Gym, which allows you to put 2 more damage counters on poison Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's, between turns. This is a stadium card, which just, if you're going to have a poison deck, this just makes a lot of sense. We have Evo Sodas. Search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon. This counts as evolving that Pokemon. So basically, that means right there that you can't use this card to evolve a Pokemon the first turn you play the Pokemon. So you have to wait that first turn. Shuffle your deck afterwards. You can't use this card during your first turn or on a Pokemon that was put into play this turn. So there you go. We got a switch, just to help with the mobility. We got the Hypnotoxic Laser. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is also asleep. Very nice. Makes sense to have in a poison deck. Professor's Letters lets you search your deck for up to 2 basic energies, reveal them, put them into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. That just helps with the fluidity of the deck. We have Koga's Trap. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused and poisoned. And I actually run 4 of those in this deck. So, yeah, that just helps getting your opponent's Pokemon poisoned. That's the whole point of this deck. You want your opponent's Pokemon to be poisoned, because you're going to be adding damage counters. So with the Verbank City Gym, you're going to be putting up to 3 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in between every turn. And then you have things like this Toxicroak EX with the triple poison ability. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Put 3 damage counters instead of 1 on that Pokemon between turns. So that actually will be a stackable effect with the Verbank City Gym. You will be able to put 5 damage counters onto your opponent's Pokemon in between every turn. So by the time that it gets back to your turn, after you use triple poison with the Verbank City Gym, you're actually going to be putting 100 damage onto that Pokemon by the time it gets back to your turn. So that's really valuable in this deck. We have Skorupi. I use Skorupi to get out Drapion. Drapion, I love the Venoshock ability. I talked about this before when pulling different cards with the Venoshock ability. If your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned, this attack does 40 more damage. So for just 1 Darkness Energy, you can potentially do up to 60 damage. And then it has Venomous Fang. It automatically poisons your opponent's Pokemon. Then we have Trubbish. Trubbish is, great in this deck. There's the Venoshock ability again. This one, Acid Spray. Flip a coin. They have to discard an energy if I get heads. So that's pretty good. That's valuable. That helps. It's a nice stall ability. And then this is what's really nice. Garbodor. Once during your turn, if a stadium card is in play, you may make your opponent's active Pokemon poisoned. That's just a no-brainer in this deck. Skrelp. I use Skrelp to get out Dragolage. Your opponent's poison Pokemon can't retreat. That just makes sense in this deck. And then we have Severe Poison on this one. This one's a different version. But Severe Poison, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Put 4 damage counters instead of 1 on that Pokemon between turns. Again, if you're going to be using a poison deck, you're going to have Verbank City Gym in there probably, and this is just a no-brainer. You're going to be putting 6 damage counters on the Pokemon in between turns. It makes it very hard for someone to, keep a Pokemon out for more than 1 or 2 turns at this point. We have a Quillfish here. This is a nice little stall card. It only has 80 HP, but it's the counterattack Quills that really gets this card, is really good for this deck. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and is damaged by an opponent's attack, even if this Pokemon is knocked out, put 2 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. And it has Poison Sting for 20. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. It just makes sense. You can put this out. You don't have to put energy on it. You don't have to do anything with it. You can just put it out and just let them attack it. Let them take the damage. It's not much damage, but it's something. And it's a nice little stall card. Here we have Rattata. And we have Raticate. This Pokemon can't be affected by any special conditions. That's awesome. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Discard all Pokemon tools attached to that Pokemon. All right, that's cool. You're probably wondering, okay, where does Raticate come into this? Well, we got to look at the Raticate Break card to fully understand why Raticate's in this deck. So, Raticate Break has an ability called Super Fang. Put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until its remaining HP is 10. Now, if your opponent's Pokemon is poisoned, he's going to be taking damage in between every turn. And if you use Super Fang in addition to Koga's Trap, say, you're going to effectively knock out a Pokemon every single turn. It doesn't matter how much HP it has. It could have 330 HP on it. It could be a VMAX card. If it's poisoned and you use Super Fang, it's dead in between the next turn. That's the whole strategy behind the deck, is just to get your Raticate Breakout and poison your opponent's Pokemon, and just they don't even get a chance to use the Pokemon at that point. And then we have Coughing. Coughing is really nothing special. It's just there to help me get out Wheezing, which Wheezing, Toxic Virus. At Anytime between turns, each player puts one more damage counter on his or her poison Pokemon. Again, if you have Verbank out and you have this Wheezing out and you have, say, you're using Dragolage as your active Pokemon and you're using Severe Poison, so you're going to be putting 4 counters on because of Severe Poison. You're going to be putting on an additional one, so you'll be putting on 5 damage counters at that point. And then because of Verbank City Gym, you'll be putting 7 damage counters on. It's a fun deck to play. It kind of stumps people a little bit because they're like, oh, I was expecting poison. I wasn't expecting you to have, like, I was expecting grass type. Nope. I use a little bit of everything in this deck. It's nice coverage. When you're building a deck, you want to be able to have coverage for your Pokemon. And by that, I mean, so I have Psychic. Psychic is weak to Psychic type. So I'm going to have something that can, take out this the Psychic type, which would be a Dark type. And then we have Raticate, which is weak to Fighting, and a good coverage for Fighting is Psychic type. And then if the Fighting type that they're using is weak to Water, well, I have that covered as well. Also, the Water is strong against Fire types. So, I mean, this deck, it's probably one of my favorite decks to play with. It's kind of relentless. It just does not allow your opponent to... It doesn't allow your opponent to keep Pokemon on the field for more than a turn or two. It's a lot of fun to play. It's just... Yeah, it's probably, like I said, it's probably one of my favorite decks to play with. It needs a little bit more revamping. I'd like to take out some things, and I'd like to put in another set of Rattata, Raticate Break. Generally, when you're building a Pokemon deck and you have, let's use Charmander through Charmeleon through to Charizard as an example here. But so you're going to start off, if you're building the deck based around Charizard and you have, a strategy set up for the Charizard, you want to use, potentially, you want to use up to 4 Charmander, 3 Charmeleon, and 2 Charizard. That way you have more of a chance of drawing the Charmander, more of a chance of drawing the Charmeleon, and you have that, like, 50-50 shot of drawing the Charizard. Not to mention, you're going to have trainer cards like the Evo Soda I showed you that's going to allow you to search your deck for an evolution Pokemon. So you want the 4-3-2 concept because you don't want to have as many evolution cards as you do basic Pokemon. You want to kind of ramp down your evolutions the higher they go up. Same thing goes for like your EX and your Mega EX. If you're going to run 4, say you're running a Mega Gyarados deck. If you're going to be running 4 Gyarados, you want to run 2 or maybe 3 Mega Gyarados, just so you're not constantly drawing something that's going to be a dead card in your hand. It's not going to, if you don't have a Gyarados out, or if, say, you discard your hand and you only draw 3 cards and one of them is a Mega and you don't have the evolution set up already, you're kind of just drawing dead cards at that point. So it helps with the fluidity of the deck. It helps it to progress the deck a little bit easier. But, yeah, guys, I think that covers everything for this deck. If you have any questions, leave me some comments. Hit us up on Facebook. I can answer some direct messages over there. Don't forget, this Saturday, we have Anthony's Champions Path. He's got 2 Hatterene V-Boxes. He's also the winner of our latest giveaway, the Blastoise EX giveaway. Congratulations again, man. That was awesome. Very first ever giveaway on the channel. Guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. we're doing awesome things on the channel. We have some awesome plans coming up for you guys. And yeah, I think that's about it for today. Like I said, if I missed something or if you would like me to elaborate on something else, let me know in the comments down below. And guys, until next time, keep on collecting.